Welcome to 734 Games, and this is Game Time. And this is your host, Tom. And before we get started with the fun stuff, I just want to ask you guys, go down in the description. My nephew's Gofundme for his cancer treatments are down there. So please, anything that you could give would be great. That would be awesome. Just trying to help my little nephew out. And let's get started with Game Time, Castlevania Lords of Shadow on PC.
Although I am the architect of what transpires. A conspirator in the ruination that threatens the heretic kingdoms. And the most unlikely of alliances that might yet save us all.
Thou summons me. What is thy pact?
I seek only that we shall both survive.
Thou hast a liar's tongue, and cannot be trusted.
I do not ask you to trust me, nor should you. I would betray you without hesitation, if I deemed it necessary. But we are fortunate, you and I. We have the same enemies. Our only hope lies in partnership, which is precisely why I have summoned you here, demon.
Now, on the surface, Shadows Awakening looks just like another Diablo clone, another hack-and-slash RPG game. But as you play it, you realize that there are differences between this game and that game. First of all, you can switch back between different characters to go through different areas. So there are more. This game is kind of like a hack-and-slash RPG with more puzzles in it, with actual puzzles in it. Where basically you may have to switch to a different person, a different character to go through a different area, and it's kind of interesting. It's a nice little twist on the old Diablo theme, on the isometric action RPG that we've been playing for the past 30, 40 years now. It's amazing how long these games have been around, but this same formula has made a lot of successful games. And Shadows Awakening is a game that's really actually been well received on Steam. It's actually an indie game. Now Calypso, they actually published this on all the consoles themselves, and they got it on every console and PlayStation, Xbox, and of course PC. Now you were watching the PC version, and I'm enjoying it. I think it's pretty cool. Like I had a PlayStation version of this laying around, but I wanted to buy all the DLC, and as you know, with PC games, buying the whole version on PC during a sale, you can get the game cheaper than you would get the DLC on console. So that's pretty much the direction I went. And so now I'm playing this on the PC, and it's great on Steam. Definitely a game you may want to check out, especially if you're into the hack and slash action RPGs, because there's a lot here to like. And it actually has a very open world feel to it too as you get further in the game. So it's actually, I would say it's a little bit more open world than, say, Diablo. It's kind of. I mean, there's some other indie games that took that formula and kind of went to a more broader open world. This game is very. The one thing about this game too is it's like you look at a game like Diablo and it's very visually striking, and this game is the same as that. I mean, like as far as visuals go, and you look at the cover and you think, how sometimes covers can be misleading. Not in this case. This game is just as visually striking as Diablo 3, the high-budget action game, which I like Diablo 3, but unfortunately the thing about Diablo 3 is it's not worth buying on PC unless you want to deal with queues at Battle.net and such, and not being able to play your game because it's online or whatever. I mean, it doesn't happen often, but it does happen. So that's why I kind of like, when it comes to Diablo 3, I'd say get the console versions. But this game doesn't have that issue. Doesn't force you to be online on PC. You can just play it. There's an interesting, cool story, which I'm not going to give away. Well, not any more than the scenes that I'm going to show you guys. I like to show you guys some of the scenes in the game, just to show you what the game is about. Presentation and sound. Performance is there's a little bit of hiccups with the performance, but other than that, I think this is a really cool game, and I think it's enjoyable, and I don't think this is going to be anything that's going to stop you from enjoying this game. I mean, my graphics card in my Windows PC is not the newest graphics card. It runs pretty decent. It's a decent graphics card, but I want to get a better one, but there's a lot of the graphics cards out there aren't out for humans these days, or at least right now. But when I was thinking, I'm gonna grab that 3060 as soon as possible because that's an excellent graphics card, especially for the money, and especially on a game like Shadows Awakening, which is very visually striking, good audio. Like the presentation is really well done. You would think that you're playing a AAA game. So check it out, Shadows Awakening on PC, on Xbox, and PlayStation. And that's it for this episode of 734 Games Game Time here at 734 Games. This is your host Tom signing off from 734 Games, where gaming is alive.
This must be the cenotaph the hooded man spoke of. Its power reaches shadow. There is much I might do here. This cenotaph is erected upon the graves of many dead mortals. It shall be easy to gate-weave back to this place, should I find another such monument. And I sense a gate here already. The hooded man's work, mayhap. It must be the way out he mentioned.